the Raiders last night. This is from Joe Quicks on X. He ended up going Raiders in his Survivor last night. Worth a lot of money. The contest started, his Survivor contest started with 25,200 people.
Oh.
It was down to 80 going into this week. And he went to battle with the Raiders last night. Good for you, Joe. Let's hope you take it down.
Guts. Great call.
All right. Jets at the Dolphins.
Tough game.
Well, and again...
Tyreek Hill playing? Let's start there. How bad did they look without Tyreek Hill? Helped his MVP case.
That's what I said. That was my initial thought
Absolutely.
In that game.
They were lost. The offensive lineman banged up too, but that was old Tua. That was old Tua. We want Watson when Flores is there. Get rid of Tua. That was awful. You were handed 21 points by the Titans and lost the game. And also a bad job by the defense and Fangio to blow that lead and let Levis do that as well. And then what Zach Wilson am I going to get? Coming off the best game of his career and an unbelievable second half and AFC Player of the Week.
So this number was as high as 13.5 on the look ahead. It's down to 8.5 or 9 right now. Dolphins taking, again, I think a little bit of money. But you mentioned the offensive line, Pauly. DNPs overall for the Dolphins. Armstead, Hunt, Eichenberg, all on the O-line. Achane was a no-go yesterday. Xavier Howard, no-go, did not practice. Mostert, but that's more rest than anything. On defense, limited. Holland and Van Ginkel, who has been awesome this year. And another one on the O-line, Austin Jackson, was also limited. Several questions to the Jets' offensive line as well. Mm-hmm. You could bet maybe, what do you want to do? Maybe yes here on the defensive special teams touchdown? Are we going to get another pick six Hail Mary? One of the dumbest plays ever allowed in the history of football. Yeah. No hyperbole.
Yeah, well, they found someone worse than Wilson. It was Tim Boyle. Salah 3-13 straight up in the division. 0-7 on the road.
Okay, am I nuts for saying this? I am not a fan of teasing the Dolphins this week down to 2.5.
Oh, I think they win the game.
I need to know more about the injuries.
Oh.
And if Hill doesn't play, I'm sorry, he is 1,000% worth something to the point spread.
Oh, I totally agree. It's but that's also, I trust McDaniel and that even if he's out, he abandoned. It's key points of the game. He abandoned the run.
Well, how about the final drive? They took 25 seconds off the clock.
You're gashing him on the ground.
Mostert was the only highlight of the game. Achane had 7 for 47 on top of that.
It's like, well, we get in the red zone, we have to throw, or we have to throw. But now when you're gashing him on the ground, stick with what's stick with what's working, and also Hill's out.
Yep. Another big injury report that you have to pay attention to today: Texans at Titans. Offensive coordinator Bobby Slowick for the Texans said he's hopeful with C.J. Stroud, although Stroud has not yet been cleared. The concussion protocol again, how things have changed and evolved throughout the year. For the first 10 weeks, nobody was passing and playing the next week. Now suddenly it's hold on, he might play. Did not practice yesterday. Will Anderson, Nico Collins, along with Stroud and Laramie Tunsil. Noah Brown was limited. Dalton Schultz finally back to full.
All right, that's good. I mean, it's just been so bad the last couple of weeks. You're losing guys every week.
Oh,
these skill position players that you have to have. It just starts with Stroud. Davis Mills isn't winning this game. And Tennessee got the big win, but they're also a better team at home. So Levis starting to play with confidence as well. And finding Hopkins. But this is, by the way, Miami goes over their win total with one more win. But this is the season for Houston. Because you looked at it and you're like, wow, look at the schedule. Jets, Browns, the Flacco thing hadn't happened yet. Tennessee a couple times. They're going to win 11 games. And now I say they're a good-sized dog to make the playoffs now. But they got to get Stroud back, and they have to get healthy. And we got to see this dynamic offense that we've seen much of the year. But that was a pathetic performance all around. Offense, defense, everything against the Jets Sunday.
All right, another mash unit here going, the Cleveland Browns. And they're laying 3. It's minus 120 at a lot of spots. Totals 38.5 against the surging Chicago Bears. But here's a list of names again. It's bad news here for the Browns. On defense, defensive tackle Maurice Hurst, safety Grant Delpit to the IR. Another safety, Juan Thornhill, did not practice. Defensive end, Agbo Okoronkwo, I know I'm going to screw up that name, sorry, did not practice. And on top of that, on the offensive line, Joe Bitonio, DNP, Jones, Wills, done for the year. So now you're talking about several key guys, starters, on the same unit And that's a cluster injury now, and that can have a major impact here on the Browns, not only today, but they're like a $6 favorite to make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. How things have changed. What a story. And what a job by Stefanski. The Bears' defense much improved, and since the Sweat trade, generating a lot of pressure and putting a lot of heat on the quarterback. You also have Eberflus coaching for his job. And could he stick around? So a lot of people want to take the 3 here. But the Bears need a quarterback next year. Here's why. And they're going to get the number 1 pick. When the opposition scores 20 points or more, Justin Fields is 0-21 straight up. That's from Evan Abrams.
I don't think it's going to work like that.
That's alarming. That is a are you sitting down stat.
It's not a great stat, obviously, but I don't think they're going to hit the reset button.
You think they're bringing him back?
I think they're bringing back everybody.
What can I get for him if I trade him, though?
Oh, Fields?
Yeah.
Not even close to what you can get if you trade the first overall pick.
I disagree with you.
What can you get for Fields?
I don't know, but I'm saying they're gonna go quarterback, though. I think they're going to move on from Fields.
Oh, do you really?
And I think they're going to go Williams or take a, I don't know, they could go May, but I think they're going to go quarterback. But
okay, so I think, you know what? I'll say this. I can't be over the top strong with that comment because I need to know how the final month is going to play out. This is probably a big test for Fields.
Yeah.
And if he looks good, then there will be no doubt in my mind they're going to bring him back. And Eberflus.
This has really gone sideways for Bear fans.
They can probably
you didn't want
a
this
massive haul for
you
the
didn't
number
want
1
this.
pick.
No, you wanted 2 top 5 picks. You wanted to hit the reset button with the coaching staff. Maybe get Johnson an offensive guru and go a different route at the quarterback position. Oh boy, you might have something there. At Cleveland, Arizona at home, Atlanta at home, at Green Bay.
Yeah, I think
it can win all those games.
I think it's going to look good for him. And, well, here's the thing, though, right, Paul? To your point, if it doesn't go well for him against that competition, then I think the decision has to be made to move on and take a guy number 1 overall with that pick.
The 180 defensively has been spectacular and just nuts. I can't believe how well they've done defensively, too.
Another one. The Saints are still holding steady at -6 against the Giants. Darren Waller, designator, returned to practice. Chris Olave did not practice. Rashid Shaheed, another receiver, limited. Jamal Williams, limited. Taysom Hill as well, and Cam Jordan on defense was limited for the Saints. Do you want to lay 6 points here? Derek Carr?
This is 5-8 against 6 and 7. And the Giants, if they didn't blow those 2 games, they'd be right there in the playoff mix.
That's right.
They blew the Jet game
and the Bills game.
And they blew the Bills game. So but it's all about Tommy Cutlets. Can he do it again? And the Saints have been a horror. They finally covered a home game last week, but they didn't do anything. They didn't move the ball. And it just appears that the teammates, and they don't like Carr. And I can't believe there hasn't been a quarterback change. And I don't like Dennis Allen at all. And I love Daboll and what they did with the game plan, how they're working this around Tommy. So, a mini Tebow here, a mini Lynn Sanity. Let's keep it going. I couldn't use them. I couldn't lay 6. I couldn't take them in Survivor. Couldn't do it because this stuff is contagious. And they like them. And the locker room likes them. And you got the family bringing out, you got Cutlets, you got ziti, you got whatever you want. I'll make your bed. I mean, it's awesome how this story is, and more so that it's in New York. But the last 4 games, 12 takeaways for the Giants, too. They got mojo going.
Defense has been great. Did it again on Monday night. They were huge dogs there. I don't know, man. I know they were at home. A 6-point dog to the Packers, and now they're a 6-point dog to the Saints.
The Saints aren't good. Saints are actually much better on the road, too. And that's been the case since 2018.
I'll go total hot take for you. And really, when you think about it, not even that much of a hot take. I would take Tommy DeVito over Derek Carr, all things considered. Carr makes, $35 million a year?
Yeah.
I cannot stand him. He does not deserve to be a starting quarterback anywhere in the NFL. He stinks. He has for years. I don't know what the Saints possibly saw in him to give him that much money.
They're better off with Winston, I'll tell you that.
I'll take the INTs for the upside.
Yeah.
Huge UFC card tomorrow.
Go to VSiN.com/subscribe to become a VSiN Pro subscriber today.